In today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Armored Titan figure by Coser Toys. A lot of you guys already know that the Revoltech Armored Titan came out a bit ago now, and it's been the popular choice for Armored Titan action figures from Attack on Titan. The Revoltech one was known for its articulation and just having some cool accessories, and but this one I think is going to be honestly a very good competitor with all the stuff that it comes with. But this one's mainly meant for its realistic looks and texturing. And yeah, without further ado, let's open up this box. All right, so this is what the box art looks like. As we see, we have a very cool shot of the Armored Titan. On the front here, we have the name of the company, Coser Toys. On the side, we just have some basic labeling, the Titan 6-inch action figure. We have the model number, and then on the back, we just have some information warning labels, and on the side, it's another one of those information about the toys, or the title. And yeah, same thing on the back. So on the inside, let's take a look. All right, so here it is. This is what the Coser Toys Armored Titan looks like. I think even from just being in the plastic, you can already tell this is gonna be a banger figure. It's gonna look so good. And without further ado, let's take off the plastic cover. All right, so taking a look, this is what it looks like right out of the box. As you can see, we have the figure of Reiner, and we have an expression for the head where he's opening his mouth, kind of like when he's doing the scream. And this is with the mouth wide open. We have another one where it's a little bit less wide open. This is kind of, I guess, more him like letting out the steam. And then we have the main head expression, which you can see is just him with his mouth closed. And the other accessories that he has some more. I think these are going to be the hand joints in case the joints break. Then we have an extra mouthpiece guard here, I think in case one of them breaks, which is pretty nice. And we have two sets of hands. For the first pair of hands, hands that are open, they kind of look like they are like reaching for something, or they're like pointing, or kind of like with the Anakin Hot Toys figure, you have them like doing the Force. So I guess you can kind of get creative with these. The paint job is just absolutely beautiful. If we look closer at it, you can see there's just so much detail, from like the muscle fibers to the bone colors. Just is an absolutely, like, everything about this figure is just so phenomenally done. All right, well, taking a closer look at the figure, you can just see there's a crazy amount of effort put into the detail on the texturing and on the muscle fibers in between his armor plating, and it just looks so good. Going from head to toe, in the head can move. It doesn't move too much because the chin here is being blocked by the neck from doing a full 360. You can kind of tilt it up and down, and honestly, for the Armored Titan, that's kind of all you really need. I think if you really crank it up and you kind of go close, you can maybe do it, but I feel like you shouldn't push it. So the head kind of just up and down, left and right articulation. For the shoulders, the shoulders also just look absolutely phenomenal. There's a bunch of like micro scratches, because in the anime you can see that it's kind of like bone, and like bone is not just perfectly flat surface. Yeah, it looks amazing. There's amazing attention to detail. And in terms of articulation, the shoulder socket can shift the shoulder kind of like up. As you can see, you can kind of move it up a little bit, so you can get some cool poses with him putting his arms back and forward. If you move it down, it kind of covers the whole joint, which I kind of like the look of this more, because you kind of get Coser over Revel tech for the look and rather than the articulation. And then yeah, so both shoulders can do that. You know, obviously they also twist full 360 around. And yeah, but again, you're not gonna be doing anything too crazy like with the Revel techs that you can. Moving down, we have the biceps. Now the arms and the biceps don't do anything too crazy. They can rotate a little bit. In fact, you can rotate them full 360 if you want. So you can do some cool stuff with that. But aside from that singular plane of rotation, that's kind of it for both sides. And then in the elbow, you have some pretty decent elbow hinge movement. You kind of move it like I guess like perfectly in a straight line, and you can bend it at the elbow, but that's honestly all that you need. I guess I don't see a case where you're bending it beyond this unless you're doing like a scene where like breaks his arm or something. But and aside from that, we have the hand joint. The hands do twist 360 around, obviously, and they also twist up and down. You can see you can twist it up, you can twist it down, and yeah. So in terms of the upper body, that's it for articulation. Now if you take a look at the lower body, you can see again, just absolutely amazing attention to detail. And just, I can't get over the texture and the feel of it. It looks so good in real life. I hope that you guys can all grab one for yourself to see. Yeah, so let's start at the hips. The hips, this waist area is a little bit loose, but I think it's on purpose because, you know, you want it to be able to pose well. You got some bow and butt cheeks there. But yeah, basically for the legs, you can move them up to this extent because the bone kind of blocks it. You can probably get away with a little bit more if you somehow push the waist up, and then you can go back. Again, not too crazy far because you have the butt plate there, but if you put it out, you can maybe get a little bit more in there, but then it starts to look bad. So I kind of recommend just keeping it within this. I feel like standing poses might be best for this figure. And if you take a look at the knees now, the knees can simply just move in this plane, and you see you can get some pretty decent movement there. You can make it look like he's running. Yeah, and then the shin bends ever so slightly past the knee, but pretty much it's just like a straight line. So the legs, at least in this upper area, there doesn't seem to be too crazy articulation. You can also twist in and out, but it's honestly good enough for most museum poses that you're going to be putting them on your shelf, unless you're doing some crazy action poses, and this figure might not be for you. The last thing is the feet, where the feet can bend up and down at this hinge area right here. And this is the furthest it goes backwards. You can go pretty far up, and the toes also articulate. You can bend them pretty far down, pretty far up, and obviously the toes and the feet also twist full 360 like this. But yeah, so aside from articulation in the front of it, this is kind of all that the figure has to offer for the front in terms of articulation. Now in the back, I think the back is honestly really cool because there's just so much detail, especially in this top part where you can see they have the neck bone protection things that you saw kind of like in the anime, and you just have all these cool muscle fibers that make him look absolutely shredded. And yeah, you can see pretty clearly the hinges on the back, but honestly for a toy of this scale, it's honestly nothing too crazy. I feel like there's a lot worse out there, but yeah. Interjecting here because I forgot to film it earlier. The waist also has some pretty decent flexibility. The waist and chest area, you can get some really deep crouches in there. You can get some really deep bends in there. But this is the extent of it goes. It can't go back any further, and it can't go forward any further than this. All right, so this is what the figure looks like fully posed, and as you can see, it honestly just looks amazing. This is the pose I chose to go with. This is kind of him like fighting, because Aaron and Reiner, when they were going through the Survey Corps training, had some martial arts training. So I don't know, I think it's a really cool pose, and it just looks amazing. I think that the Reveltech one, obviously, if you want to get some more dynamic posing, it would be better for this, but this one, for just purely having it on a shelf, it just looks fantastic. And the textures, the color, I don't know, just everything just looks amazing in it, and I'm just so excited to put this on my shelf and have it on display. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a quick review of the Coser Toys Armored Titan, and this is my first video on this channel, so I have a lot to learn from making videos, and hope you guys liked it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys. See ya. So this is what the figure looks like being posed. Oh shit.